Massachusetts Asian Restaurant Association. We were originally expecting 50, maybe 100 people for a small luncheon somewhere. But as you can see, we ended up with probably 350. And we probably could have sold another 100, 150 tickets easily, so we could have 500. So the next time we have this event, we're going to probably be in a bigger spot. Many of you know the people standing behind me. I will acknowledge them a little bit later, but this is our dream team. The people behind me is our dream team, and they're the ones that created Mara. So a hand of applause for the dream team behind me. I will be hosting this event with Miao Chan this evening, but since my mom and dad actually started this restaurant 71 years ago, I get the microphone first. On behalf of Mara, we truly appreciate the support tonight. And now, our co-host, Sumia.
Hello, let me introduce my dream team. The founder, we start zero. Jason Yu, Xiaoyan Huang, Andy Huang, Huimin Guo, Bob, of course, these are everywhere. And myself, Miao Chan. Thank you and welcome.
There are so many people to acknowledge and thank. So I have to volunteer and take over a committee and help us with this organization. So thank you, Sumiao, Xiaojiang, Jason, Huming, and Andy. Thank you very much. And of course, we have to thank our sponsors. If you see them along the wall, make sure you say thank you to them. The sponsors and donors for their financial and moral support. Without your support, none of this is possible. Thank you very much. Important partnership of Massachusetts Restaurant Association. Thank you very much. And thank you to my son Dennis. He's somewhere around here. Dennis. And thank you to my son Dennis. He's handling all the technical setup tonight, which I have no clue of. He's single. You know, Chinese style. There's a lot of mothers out here. Daughter. Okay. Right there. Okay. Thank you, Dennis. And last but not least, thank you very much for all of you for attending and your support. Thank you very much. We do have a list of special guests here that I'd just like to acknowledge quickly and keep it going. Norman Ng, Economic Development Specialist, Public Information Officer. Everett Wing, CEO of Commonwealth Seminar. Ed Flynn, Boston City Councilor, District 2. Mary Chin, CEO of Asian American Civic Association. Sharon Su, 10th President of Brookline Taiwanese Chamber of Commerce. Grace Chan, Secretary of Brookline Taiwanese Chamber of Commerce, Committee of TCCNA. Teresa Young, Committee of TCNA and WTCC and BTCC. Ri Tang Lee, President of American Chinese Culinary Federation. Frank Zong, Committee of American Chinese Culinary Federation. Gloria Long, President of American Western Academy. Hua Wang, Co-Chair of New England Chinese the Taiwanese Chamber of Commerce of North America. American Chinese Culinary Federation, and the New England Chinese American Alliance. Thank you, everybody, for supporting us and participating. And now, without further ado, let us start the next part of our evening with remarks from State Rep Donald Long. He gets to go up first because he's my brother. And his mom and dad started this restaurant too. I just want to also mention Fukanese Thomas. Thank you for being here. They picked me to talk because I don't like to talk. So my brother said most of anything I wanted to say, but it's an honor to be here tonight. And I have to say that my partner in crime, Representative Miao Chan, is also here that will speak next. We are the third generation of restaurateurs here. My grandparents started it, my parents continue, and the siblings are just trying to keep it above board. Myself, I've been 2 years as the Saugus Chamber of Commerce Vice President, 2 years of co-chair the Asian Commission, 2 years town meeting in Saugus, 4 years, 2 terms as Saugus Selectman, and me and Miao Chan were elected in 2010 as representative of the House, and we were the first ones to be represented of the Asian community. In 2011 was when we started working at the State House, and I guess me and Tacky have done something good because we're still working there. But now we have 8 Asians in the House of Representatives. That's great, starting with 2. We have 3 Chinese, 2 Cambodians, 1 Vietnamese, 1 Korean, and 1 Japanese. And it's about time we have a mass Asian restaurant association. So we gotta get what you need up to the State House so we can pass bills in favor of some of the things that the Asian restaurants need. Because the Asians, we have different needs. One of the most important is we need things printed in our language so we can communicate. And I see here with a lot of sponsors, we're going to have great things like Safe Serve in our language, CPI in our language, to make it easier for the restaurateurs to get certified. And I just want to thank the board here for all their work in making this a dream come true. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Joe. Now I'd like to invite Miao Chan to come up and say a few words. Miao Chan.
Thank you, Bob. Good evening, everyone. It's a great crowd here tonight. It's great to see you all. As you can tell, I said my mask, so I'm still a little nervous about everything. But it doesn't stop us from trying to get out and be very supportive of our fellow business people and our patrons. I don't need to tell you all that this past year and a half has been unusually rough for all of us, especially rough for us in the Asian American community. And those of us in the legislature and your elected officials in the local level, your business leaders have been doing their best to try to keep our businesses afloat, as well as to stem the tide of Asian racism. But we can't do it alone. So Donald likes to point out his partner in crime, and I'm actually chairman of Consumer Protection Professional Licensure. A long title chair, but as a Mass Restaurant Associate President Bob Lutz will let you all know, I'm also the chairman of alcohol. I'm the chairman of lottery. I'm the chairman of all your licensed professions such as cosmetology, plumbers, and physical therapists. I've also overseen the car franchise industry and a whole lot of other regulated professions in the Commonwealth. Why do I tell you that's important? Because it's very important for everyone in the room to know who is in power and what they look like. And they look like me, which is good for you. Not complicated, right? But you can't do this alone. We do have to do this together. And as Donald often reminds me that we have to support each other. And that's knowing who each other are. It's knowing who your elected officials are and what they do, the positions they hold. It's knowing what your businesses and your neighbors do and supporting them, supporting your local organizations. And of course, supporting your patrons who provide you the business. And I've learned over the years, patrons are actually part of your families. And it's going to require a lot of work from all of us in the room here, not just a few dollars out of your pocket, but also to talk to other people what they need, such as safe serve, access to legal assistance, accounting services, understanding the laws and regulations of the state and the city and towns. But most importantly, really open the door to be mentors to other people who want to start business. I didn't get started in politics without someone else mentoring me along. I'm doing it now as an elected official for many years with other new reps and senators. But most importantly, you all in the community know best how to support those in your community to ensure that they do the right thing, that they're able to run business, support the families, and support other people's families as well. Because without you, we can't all support each other. So with that, I'll get off my soapbox, or the Kowloon box, I guess we call this. And we have a wonderful friend from the Masters Restaurant Association, Bob Lutz, who have worked in music and who's doing some wonderful kind words about what to do next. Thank you. Insurance liability, people. Liability insurance, buy lots of it.
Thank you very much. How's everybody on this side of the room doing? How's everybody on this side of the room doing? This side. That side. Hey, listen, we grab your attention for, Bobby said I could have the microphone for 45 minutes. So, but I won't take 45 minutes. I'm just going to take a couple minutes. Listen, I want to welcome everybody here and kind of give you just a quick synopsis of how this has occurred from my standpoint. The Massachusetts Restaurant Association has been around for 85 years, and we've been doing great things. About I think it was 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, Miao Chan joined our board. She has an incredible restaurant in Kendall Square. And she and I got to know each other really, really well. And one of the things that we've always talked about is hashtag Together We Win. Because when we collaborate as an industry, and in this industry there were 16,000 restaurants in Massachusetts prior to COVID. We employed over 300,000 employees. And when we talked about hashtag Together We Win, Miao said, I think we can do something great here. And she knew a point of frustration for me was, how do we bring this tremendous group together? The Asian restaurant community is so important to the restaurant community across Massachusetts. From Boston to Provincetown, Newburyport to Pittsfield, everywhere in between. It is critical that we work together to make this work. And it was her leadership, and we had our first meeting I think it was the last week of February or the beginning of March, before the pandemic really hit. And we had the dream team, as well as a bunch of leaders from across the state. And we were talking into something, she introduced me to Zoom, and I didn't know what it was then. And we had our first meeting from there, and this is how it evolved. You have a critical place in our industry, and by working together now, I work for all of you in this room. You are my boss. And so I work with the folks that we heard from, Representative Wong, Representative Chan, Councilor Flynn. We work together to try and make sure that this works for the entire industry. And by coming together now as the Massachusetts Asian Restaurant Association and the Massachusetts Restaurant Association, we're going to be able to provide you with information, knowledge, buying discounts, and everything else that you so richly deserve. This has been an awful pandemic for everyone, but make no bones about it. As Representative Chan just talked about it, the Asian community has suffered far greater. I can remember the beginning of February, no, middle of February, I think it was, Councilor. I joined now-elect Mayor Michelle Wu in Chinatown. Councilor Flynn was there as well. Councilor Sabi George was there and others. And we came together to say, this is not right. And we took a stand. I think there was about 450 people there that day. So together we're going to make this thing great. This dream team is going to help make it happen. You got my commitment. We're here to work for you. And she's got a direct number into me. So thank you for all you do. I look forward to working with you. Thank you. Yeah.
You are our boss. So we work for you. Mara work for you. So actually, Bob tried to skip my opening remarks, but I still want to do it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for joining us this evening for the launching party of the Massachusetts Asian Restaurant Association. Welcome. Before we begin, I'd like to give some brief remarks. My name is Miao Chan. I'm founder and the president of Massachusetts Asian Restaurant Association and the board director of Massachusetts Restaurant Association, proudly. Our mission is to promote the flourishing of Asian restaurants in Massachusetts through advocacy, professional development, information sharing, and networking. Why is this important? Because as our influence grows and our cuisine becomes more and more mainstream in this country, we can lift all of us as one by lifting each other individually. But it is not just about our own successes. We must also thinking about success of our next generation and beyond. I'm personally inspired by example of my youngest son, who is a high school student, and just this summer volunteered for the Michelle Wu campaign and helped Asian American Civic Association develop the Bayara program highlighted in the Boston group, which pairs volunteers with elderly Asian residents to protect them against the recent wave of hate crimes against Asian Americans. The next generation is already working together for the community at the level to build the future they want and they deserve. Our success here in this industry allows us to leave our mark on the culture of this country and it gives the next generation of Asian restaurateurs something to build on. Our attendees and guests tonight represent a wide cross-section of our industry, leaders in the community, leaders of the restaurant community. And of course, I should note that our guest speakers tonight are the great supportive leaders and representatives from our government. I hope that tonight you all take the chance to learn about what is happening in the industry, meet your fellow colleagues, and find opportunity for cooperation and mutual benefit. For myself, personally, I'm concerned about labor shortage, cost increase, immigration for our employee, opportunity for us to pool our hand and have so much fun together. Thank you. And without the permission from the event planner, I want to do one more thing. Today, Mara founded in 2018 with this group of people. But today, I think it is our official birthday. I would like to sing a birthday song for Mara, for everybody here. And usually in Chinese community, people already know Su Miao singing better than talk. So I want to sing. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Mama. Happy birthday to you. Thank you. Now it's time to enjoy your dinner. And also after dinner, or we will have more great speaker, guest speaker, and the video from inside. Enjoy, enjoy.
That's your places. Anybody know where the buffet went? So hopefully we'll go through fast. We'll be back in about an hour or so with a couple more speakers. Thank you very much for attending.